Yep, I have started my own funding company. You may have seen me post a few things on my Instagram stories or on the community page, and many people messaged me asking if I was serious, and they can never tell when I'm serious or not, but I'm here to tell you that 100% I am serious. This is starting, it is launching today, and it is an official thing. For starters, many of you might be wondering why I'm starting my own prop firm, and the answer to that is twofold. For starters, after spending about 9 to 10 months building this channel and reviewing a ton of different funding companies and seeing too many traders get scammed by companies that shall remain nameless, but we all know who they are, and other traders dealing with companies that just have super poor customer service, I really think that I have a good sense for what it is that traders are looking for, and I think I can provide that better than other companies. For everyone that signed up during the pre-launch that have had any questions, they've been dealing with me directly, the owner, which is not something that you're going to get with other companies. And secondly, of course, I've decided to do this from purely a business perspective. Thanks to this channel, I have made connections with investors that have allowed me this opportunity, an opportunity that I otherwise would not have had, and this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and so here we are, we're doing it. But that is enough about me. I believe that we are currently starting to see a shift in the funding space, slowly away from the two-phase time restricted model to the one-phase no restricted model, as traders are coming to realize the value of not being on a time restriction and only having to pass that one phase. With current market conditions and what we've seen over the last few months, no matter how good of a trader you are, it's been very, very difficult to pass those time restricted challenges simply because the market has been consolidating and there just aren't enough setups to help you hit those targets. I don't think traders should be penalized for following their trading plan and for simply not having enough setups come to them. And so at Lark Funding, we have decided to go with a one-phase, no time restricted challenge. On top of that, we will only be providing live accounts once you pass the challenge. And so there is no stress on the trader's part when it comes to figuring out whether or not their funding company is actually matching and taking the trades that they are taking. You can sleep well at night knowing that any profits you generate are actually being generated, and we'll be able to take those out of your account to pay you your profit share. On top of that, the investors that I'm working with are super open to introducing new features and updates as the company moves along. So if there is something that you're looking for that we're not currently offering, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. We will put everything into consideration, and once the ball gets rolling, we'll be able to introduce new features and continually improve the entire funding process. Because we only provide live accounts, it's always a balance between protecting our capital and providing our traders with as much freedom as possible. And I think we found a nice middle ground where everybody is going to be happy. But with all of that being said, no more looking at me and listening to me. Let's dive right into the website so we can give you all of the details for what Lark Funding has to offer. Welcome to Lark Funding, massive funding to unlock your potential, one stage, no time limit, and only live accounts are provided. So you know that no matter what, when you generate a profit, whether it's $1,000 or $50,000, we're going to be able to pay you and provide you with those funds. So let's scroll right down and get right into it. As I mentioned, it is a one-stage challenge. So you don't have to stress with a two-phase, you know, the typical 10% in 30 days, 5% in 60 days. None of that. There is one stage, you pass it and you will be funded. There is zero time limit. You can pass in a single day, or you can take 6 months, you can take a year, you can take as long as you need to pass the evaluation, which has a 10% target. Hit that 10% and we will provide you with that live funded account, which will be whatever size you end up purchasing the challenge, the assessment for. There are no minimum or maximum trading days, so if you do get a crazy trade and you pass in one day, we will give you that live account right away. And as I mentioned, only live accounts are being provided. I think this is huge, especially because there have been companies in the past that haven't paid out because they're not actually matching trades and they just can't sustain those payouts if they're not getting enough signups. That is not the case with us. We will be providing only live accounts with infinite potential. There are no limitations on compounding your account. Sky's the limit. I would love to see somebody grow it to a $10 million account. As you grow your account, this is in the frequently asked questions section. As you grow your account, we will increase the leverage that is disposable to you. We will increase the amount of lots that you are able to open. So if you grow your account 5%, we will increase the amount of lots that you can carry with open risk by 5% as well. You can trade immediately from the get-go, starting today up to $500,000. Same day passing, or take your time. As we can see here, we've got 4 account options. We've got a $50,000 account, $100,000, $250,000, and a $500,000 account option. We will be increasing this as well. We will be offering a $1 million account in the future, so stay tuned for that. And some of you might be wondering, because I did receive questions, why there is not a $10,000 account, and it is my opinion that doing a $10,000 challenge simply is not worth it. The amount of time and effort that you're going to be putting into that challenge to only secure $10,000 worth of funding is simply not worth your time. I highly encourage those of you that were maybe thinking about a lower account size to just take your time, save up, and then go for a larger account size, such as the $50,000 account. I personally would never take a $10,000 challenge, so that's why we are not offering it. One step evaluation, the target is 10%. So this is what you're aiming for. Once you hit that 10% target, you will pass, you will receive that funded account. Minimum, maximum trading days, 0. There are not any. You can pass in 1 day, you can take a million trades. In terms of your daily max loss, it is 4%, and your overall drawdown is 5%. During the pre-launch, I had a couple of traders ask me why the drawdown limits were tighter than FTMO, and the reason for that is very simple. This is a one-stage evaluation with no time limit, unlike FTMO or My Forex Funds or the Funded Trader, and therefore when you are on a time limit, you are essentially forced to increase the amount of risk that you take in order to hit that target within the allotted time, within 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, but that is not the case with us. We don't want traders to be risking more than they would on their own personal live funded accounts, and so that's why things are a little bit tighter here, but because there is no time restriction, we think that 4% daily is plenty. A 4% drawdown in a single day is huge. You shouldn't experience that, and 5% overall is plenty of breathing room. So for those of you that think that's a little tight, I would just encourage you to look at how much you're risking per trade and really think about the implications of it only being one stage and having no time limit. In terms of leverage, the leverage is starting out at 1 to 10. This will be increasing over time. Like I said, as we see how things are going, as we see what traders are looking for, we will be introducing new features. So to start, it is 1 to 10. I understand that many of you that are more lower time frame traders with tight stop losses need higher leverage, but this is still going to allow you to take on a pretty large position size, just under 2% when it comes to the maximum amount of lots that you are able to take on. That is also in our FAQ page as well. In terms of profit split, you can keep 75% of all of your profits generated, or you can compound your account as much as you would like. And lastly, in terms of payouts, we pay out monthly, but you can choose whenever you would like that payout. So your first payout can come at any time. You don't have to wait till the beginning, the end, the middle of the month. You can choose whenever you would like, but it is once every calendar month. We have all the pricing down here, starting off with the $50,000 account and going all the way up to the $500,000 account. So you can check out all of the pricing here. We're super excited to have both MT4 and MT5. Of course, I'm a huge C-Trader fan. We do not have C-Trader yet. I really look into it. It turns out that C-Trader is a little bit more expensive and a little bit more complicated to introduce because not every broker carries it. We are working with 8cap, so we're pretty excited about that. We have zero commission spreads on commodities and indices, so if you're trading stocks or commodities, you're super good to go. There are zero commissions, and it is $6 round trip commission for any Forex pairs that you do trade. 8cap is really becoming an industry leader, really tight spreads. There are quite a few other prop firms working with them, so you will have no issues whatsoever when it comes to the brokerage. And like I said, we have MT4 and MT5, so we're hoping to introduce C-Trader down the road, but for now, this should offer you a nice variety of options. At this point, some of you might be wondering if this channel is going to change now that I have my own funding company, and the simple answer is no, absolutely not. Nothing about this channel is going to change. I'm going to continue making videos about my trading, and I'm going to continue making videos on other funding companies, comparing one funding company to the next, and I will do my very best to remain objective, which I don't think is going to be a problem at all. So don't worry, the videos will continue. Nothing at all is changing. Secondly, some of you might notice that the offer and model that we are offering is similar to Mint Funding, and that is by design. We really respect and like what Mint Funding is doing, and we think there's a shift that is taking place away from two-stage funding models to a one-stage no time limit offer. But as the company grows, we will continue to introduce new features. We will listen to our traders for what they're looking for, and we're excited to roll out all of those along the way. But Lark Funding has a huge emphasis on customer service. That is one area where we are hands down going to be differentiating ourselves from the competition. I know plenty of companies that offer very poor customer service, and it is just unfortunate. It's not necessary, and so we're really excited to have the customer service experience that traders need. Currently, I do have a team that is working with me with customer service, but to start, I will also be answering emails. You can message me directly on Instagram at any time if you have any questions or any issues with your accounts. Issues are rather rare. Everything is automated. You will receive your challenge account as soon as you sign up. You don't have to wait for it. But if any issues or concerns do come up, you can message me directly, which is not something you're going to get with most other companies. Lastly, we don't currently have a live chat feature on the platform, but we will be introducing that. But our support team is super fast at responding to emails or our Instagram, so those are two channels there that you can directly contact us through. Lastly, with the website, you can come down here to our plans and you can see the table that we have with all of the information, and then you can come to our FAQ, which is where most of the questions that you might have at this point will be answered. So hidden rules, you don't even have to press it. There are no hidden rules. How fast you receive it, we explain in more detail the daily loss, the max trailing drawdown, how many lots can you trade, we mentioned this. I won't go into detail with all of these because not everybody needs these questions. They're very trader specific, but we have plenty of common questions down here that you can check out. In terms of education, that as of this recording, that page is not quite finished, but we will be implementing some exciting educational content. I'm still trying to figure out how to properly implement the trader Discord group that I have, the channel, and education, because I really want to help traders pass as much as possible. Because we're providing live accounts, unlike many other companies, we really want our traders to succeed. We really want them to profit. So I'd love to help as many traders as possible profit, get funded, and profit from those funded accounts. So if you guys have any ideas or recommendations or suggestions for how we can offer education, for how we can help traders succeed, please let me know in the comment section down below, because it's something that I'm actively working on, struggling a little bit to try and figure out how to implement it, but there will be an education aspect to the platform, to the company, which again will improve and be rolled out further over time. Lastly, we have the contact us page, so you can contact us directly here. Our email is info@larkfunding.com. You can message me directly on Instagram at meetmadl, or our Instagram here, which is at larkfunding. All descriptions are down below. Lastly, we will be doing a $50,000 account giveaway in the near future, either this month, June, or the month after. Make sure you hop onto the website, drop your email, stay tuned, follow us on Instagram. We will be announcing the details for how you can enter, how you can win that $50,000 account, so stay tuned for that. Overall, I'm super excited about Lark Funding. I can't wait to have many of you try it out, to take a challenge, get funded, and just totally transform your life and transform your income. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, what features you would like to see rolled out in the future, any recommendations or suggestions about the education. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. I'm very excited for what's to come, to have you all try it. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, peace.